Huh, sweet. Looks like both of my speakers decided to kick in today, which is nice. Usually only the right one works. It's nice to pretty chill to have surround audio. Anyways, don't know if anybody's watching, but hello YouTube and probably Tumblr. uh, yeah. Hey, nice to meet y'all. Hold on, just gonna reblog my post real quick, let them know what I got. That I'm live real quick. Right. Do. There we go. Right. New snapshot, let's go. Oh, I do not like that new screen. Oh boy. Yeah, may as well. Where even is my kazoo? Did it fall off my nightstand? Nope, it's right over there. Right. A couple new subscribers, but... Well, I guess while I wait for people to show up, I'll just be talking to myself here for a minute or two. Bum, 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 bum. I am staring at a grass block. That's a very large fall. If I had spawned in survival, I would have absolutely died on the first. Well, okay, maybe not. That's vaguely survivable. I'm gonna put just like a block. Why is my... Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I play with Quake Pro enabled. That's... I don't know, I just like being able to see everything at once. Kind of like the movie, although actually... You know what? 100 actually works better. Dude. So, like, I do understand and realize that these are experimental snapshots and all that, but that's just 2 entire emerald blocks. Like, 3 blocks from spawn. If there's any more on this mountainside, iron's right there, good. Let's see, we got some copper, some coal, regular stone, and I mean, nothing really else, really. This kind of reminds me of, like, the mountain peaks of Spain. I've never been, it just kind of reminds me. Here's a nice little spot to settle down, I think. So, snapshot time. And why are those things here? Why is... Okay, I guess Redstone ore is here because you could technically use that for redstone stuff. But, like, unless there's some, like... I think something you could do with, like, a raft specifically? Like, I just don't know how it would work. Anyways, I've heard something pretty good about, you know, their armor and stuff, and I have messed around with the armor trims before this. Ooh, hanging signs. Earth, wind, water, fire. For generations, the four nations lived in harmony, but all that changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Welcome on in, Utah Raptor. Now I have zero idea how, unless... I don't know if you have, like, notifications on or anything, but welcome in. Yeah, that definitely does look like earth, wind, water, and fire. I didn't even know these things were added. Anyways, I was not doing that. I was getting... Where's the crafting table? And then all the dyes. So, what I heard is that you can make specific colors with the dyes nowadays. Although I have no idea how that would work. And you can also add armor trims to things. And I'm actually gonna switch this out for light blue dye for trans flag reasons. No, that's magenta, not pink. I meant to get pink. I do be an idiot sometimes. Go forth and be blue. I just realized I had the stream muted. My mic isn't muted, right? Aha! Hossy. It's okay, man. It's happened to the best of us. Why oh, caps lock. Whoops. That's a heckin' good hossy. Welcome on in, Marcio. For trim you need a smithing table? Yeah, I know. I'm getting to that. Welcome on in, Marcio. Pleasure to have you. Now let's see. I don't know what kind of Ah, that's you. Hello and welcome. So because I've been basically like half the reason I chose this stream was because I seriously needed an excuse to like I needed a serious excuse. It kind of looks like the trans flag a little. Yeah, I'll stick to my Elytra for now. Welcome, KD. Man, lots of people. If you see this text up here, don't worry about it. I am saving up for a new microphone because I'm gonna be honest, I have a very small amount of brain cells, and what I thought was a really bad microphone was actually just me using it like it's not even an omnidirectional microphone. Like, it's a full-on cardioid microphone that only works like in one direction, and I had been using it backwards for I don't know, 2 years on end, just totally backwards. And I didn't even realize it until I like checked the product listing for the page itself, because my mom wanted to know like how much her and my dad had paid for it, because I got it as a Christmas gift, right? And I go, yeah, no, this was just $35. And as it turned out, yeah, I'd been using it backwards for months. Yeah, man, I remember ya. Either way, this entire stream is basically just an excuse for me to talk about the elephant in the room, the MCYT Blur 2023 Sexy Men elections. Oh, that is a big flag. That's gonna have to be taller. Whoop. So, because I know there's gonna probably be like a bunch of people here who have zero idea what any of that is. Yep. Basically, the 2023 MCYT Blur Sexy Man election, the Sexy Man polls, elections, whatever. People have taken a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers and basically wanted to see how much of a sexy man they were. But instead of this being like a regular Sexy Man election, which would be like, you know, basing characters rated off of their like attractiveness or whatever, the 2023 Tumblr Sexy Man is generally regarded as, you know, someone who really, really isn't a sexy man, like, at all. Like, they're just some fucking guy. But their fandom just totally keeps characterizing and drawing them in whatever as, like, this awesome, super hot... I don't even know at this point, man. Yeah, I should probably set it something to always stay, but, you know. Grumbot should have beat Mumbo. I agree. It was so extremely funny. But then Mumbo wouldn't have beat Pixel Riffs. I mean, wouldn't be beating Charlie as solidly, which is something that I actually am very glad that is happening right now, because a bunch of people nominated Charlie Slimesicle from the Dream SMP, and he won one of my personal favorite content creators ever. And he beat one of my personal favorite content creators ever, Pixel Riffs. And I'm kind of not happy about it. Like, you know, honestly, I just don't know what to say. polls have been going on for days. There are 7 rounds, each round lasting a day using Tumblr's poll feature. There was a whole, like, nominations thing, right? And so what people were doing, hit the fucking caps lock again, people were literally just nominating anyone and everyone. Like, we got NPCs in there, we got, fucking Filza. We got Tubbo, we got a bunch of smaller creators, including, as Utah Raptor is saying, Viking Pilot, who is a much smaller creator, but is but makes really, really good stuff. I respect him and his content a ton, and he's actually been part of the reason why I'm actually streaming right now, because blah 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 blah, long story short, people cool who have bam, 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 bam. I am a predictable man. I am given color choices in the block game, and I immediately make the trans and the ROA's flag. That actually looks consistent with, like, the size of the trans flag from this angle, which is good because this has, wait a minute, they have the exact same number of, like, stripes. Never mind, we're good. Anyways, yeah. Needless to say, these polls have taken over, like, my entire life. Specifically because I'm very invested in these people and their silly little shenanigans, and I just think they're cool. But also, in a more direct way, I've been doing journalism for, like, ever since Joe Hills first made a tweet about this. I was talking about it. Which is great, you know, because that thread has since turned into 3 threads with a separate 4th bonus thread about, like, the Twitter fandom's reaction to all this. And we're not even going to count what's going on the Tumblr dashboard, because if you log in right now, so many people are spewing propaganda for their little guys. For their poor little meow meows. There's just so much. And, like, it's great, but I also have, like, a bunch of schoolwork due, and I had to, like, tell myself, okay, you are going to do 3 schoolwork before you can stream Minecraft, because you have literally just been hyper-focusing on these elections. This is what ADHD does to a man. You're not immune to propaganda. Actually, I am quite immune to propaganda because I actually just vote on all of these. Like, the minute they come out, my mind is already set. Dear God, that's a big, long flag. Okay, we're going to, maybe just shorten that a wee little bit. I think that's a more reasonable length. That's a long boy. It's a fucking, chunky, that's a lengthy lad we got here. In this house, we stand for the flags. Anyways, yeah, so what I've been focusing on for the elections here is, it's actually, things I've been focusing on is more like the CC's reactions to all this. Which, you know, is fine, because if you go onto anybody's if you go onto like anybody's Twitter here, it's just chaos all the way down. And that's how we like it here. Me, but the wind is going the wrong way. Ah, listen, man, I'm not going for like accuracy. There is no wind in Minecraft unless you're like, unless you do that. I'm just here to make funky flags. Okay, I think I keep forgetting if the ace flag is the I keep forgetting if the ace flag, if it's the green or the blue one. I mean the green or the purple one. This is why I just use both. It's easier to keep up with. Yeah, that's more like it. Ace is purple, Aro is green. Nice. Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do here is use like different colors of stuff. Because actually that looks pretty good. Ace stands for asexual, right? Yep. Ace is asexual, Aro is aromantic, and the Aro ace flag right there is when one is both asexual and aromantic. Which, hey, that's me. Man, shout out to the cool people. Shout out, the hottest people come from these countries, for real. I'm just having a good time, man. Yo, shout out to them. Let's see here. And then we can also... The non-binary flag, although it doesn't apply to me, is also like just like a really neat one. In my opinion. Because... like, it's so many different colors, and purple and gold is an absolutely epic combination. Even if, you know, it's this brightly saturated, but it's okay. Personally, I think that the purple in the ace flag and the purple and the non-binary flag should get married. I think that'd be pretty cool. And okay, so the intersex flag. I can't remember if that's yellow with the purple background or purple with the yellow background. It's one of the two. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Stop! Wait a minute. Let's look it up. Girl, why did it stop? yellow with purple background. And then there's also the polyamorous flag, which is blue, red, and black with a yellow pi sign on top of it. It's actually purple with a yellow background. Yeah. Hell yeah. Now, intersex people. It's bedtime again. Intersex people are very cool because see what you I completely forgot to turn off the there we go. See, a lot of the time a bunch of like the propaganda spewed by transphobes and homophobes is that there are only two genders, which actually is very interesting because most of the time they're just getting genders confused with physical sex, and you know, bigots just kind of have a tendency to just laugh at whatever they don't understand and make it seem like the other party is being stupid or whatever when they don't even like understand what's going on here, like at all. Don't know anyone who is intersex, but I know many non-binary and trans people. Yep, including yours truly, baby. Anyways, the neat thing about intersex people is that although there are a fair few of them that are trans, you don't have to be intersex to be trans, and you don't have to be trans to be intersex. Some of them are completely vibing with their assigned gender at birth. Assigned gender at birth. Some of them change it. Most of them are playing like 4D gender chess with it because they have an extremely complicated relationship towards their own, body and stuff. Intersex is so typically in, oh yeah, by the way guys, watch this. I'm gonna build like a totally flat wall and then using only some trapdoors, I'm gonna parkour up it. But intersex is generally people say that there are only two genders, in which they conflate that with biological sexes. Throughout history, there have generally been two accepted ones, which is male and female, but ever since since there's a lot of bias surrounding that and stuff, basically intersex is somebody who doesn't strictly adhere to the biological male-female binary. Whether this means physical differences, as in genitalia, or, they have more X than Y chromosomes, or just for any other reason. They just don't fit the extremely specific boundaries. Because these people are literally existing. They are often subjected to some really horrible stuff that I'm not going to get into, but yeah. And also, as with all trans people, if someone reveals to you that they are intersex, just don't automatically assume that means they have both a penis and a vagina. Just don't. Like bearded women? I don't know, that may be a case. I haven't done too much research into it, but just good thing a good thing to ask if you want to be a good ally to somebody is just a good thing to ask yourself is, would a normal person, like, would a normal person ask somebody this? Like, assuming you didn't know that this person had what they were going on. Like, would you just ask them that sort of question? Like, seriously, man, come on. Bam. Just parkoured up this entire wall with no additional help. Thank you, trapdoors. Bam. Anyways, I completely forgot what I was doing. So you see, I'm in band and I don't know what a normal person is anymore. I mean normal people as in people who aren't, like, flaming homophobes and bigots. Like, if you met, like, just some random dude on the street. Like, you wouldn't ask them that question, right? See, a pretty interesting thing that some people do when faced with, like, marginalized groups, with, like, queer people, people of color, etc., is that once they learn that these people are in those marginalized groups, they just kind of completely threw everything their mother told them about being nice to people out the window and just start saying some of the weirdest shit. Like, if you wouldn't say it to a cisgender, heterosexual, yada 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 person, just don't say or ask it to a trans person. It's really not that difficult. And if you have an issue with that for some reason, then yeah, do whatever, but if they don't want to answer the question, just don't press it. Usually if as a trans dude, whenever somebody asks, whenever I just casually say, "Oh, actually, I'm a dude," and they go, "Oh, you're trans," and I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, so do you have a penis?" Her. I just honestly, just straight up just don't talk to them. That happens way more often at my school than you would think. Because high school, oh yeah, I completely forgot that I installed the new update. Nice. People are idiots, but that doesn't excuse them from being bigots. I do think you could do something really cool with, like, a library here. The Either way, I have no idea how this stream pivoted from, like, the Tumblr sexy man elections to trans rights and general things and general like points of views as like an ally or whatever. But you know what? Honestly, I'm slaying. Oh, see ya. What the fuck is this? Ooh, it's a big, deep, dark, scary cave. I love big, deep, dark, scary caves. That's a creeper. I've just learned to find all the gay, trans, NB, whatever people in my school and stick with them as an NB myself. Honestly, good for you. That is actually how I have made friends with like 90% of the people I consider myself friends with. It's just like, aha, yes. We are both doing a queer, and then that's just like how we get along, I guess. That is a big, deep, dark, scary hole, and I am going to go down into it. Yo! Okay, first off, this is a sick ass hole, and I'm gonna build a library in it. Second off, I absolutely love the cave generation in here now. Like, dude, they've included staglamites and staglicites and whatever the fuck you actually call them. Like, that's so cool. Man, I love Minecraft. Yoo-hoo, Minecraft. It's not a coincidence that when given a chance to be exposed to in a community, most queer people will gravitate to their own because, you know, it's been established that that's a safe space, that they don't have to worry about like persecution or really dumb questions or anything like that around them. It's very nice, actually. The issue is when people start, like, taking these biases they have against others and, like, assuming that every single like experience they're ever going to have with these types of people are the ones they've had, and like basically if society predominantly has only one type of identity or whatever in it, the people who are most in a position of power are, due to, you know, their inherent biases, going to do things to other like communities, and it's not going to be very good. That's just what I figured out anyways. I don't have like a major in politics or whatever. I'm just some dude, man. Anyways, so the MCYT Blur Sexy Man elections are an election that are a set of ongoing elections as of the time of this recording, which have been going on since fuck man, I don't know, we're on round 4. So on February the 5th, 2023, where a specific Tumblr blog put a bunch, opened up nominations to classify their favorite content creators who they felt fit the classifications as a sexy man, as a Tumblr sexy man specifically. And it got things got very out of hand very, very fast. In true Tumblr fashion, the blog quickly amassed thousands of followers, and even content creator noticed while it was still in the nominations phase, which let me tell you, one of my favorite things I have ever I've been on Tumblr for like 2 years, right? And one of my favorite things that I have ever experienced on there is watching, like, basically the entirety of Minecraft YouTube Tumblr just freeze like a deer in headlights whenever someone was just like, oh yeah, by the way, Joe Hills knows about this now. And then Joe Hills started campaigning for herself, alongside the help of Zombie Cleo. And then a couple other hermits became aware of it, and then like some of the Empire's dudes started talking about it as well. And then like the entirety of the fandom on Twitter knows now, which is yeah, I gotta say, it's a little bit terrifying, but it's also just really, really fun. I have no idea what I'm doing. A shout out to boys who have no idea what they're doing. This is like the world's shittiest little library. I love it. Oh right, that's there. Now I'm pretty sure that these chiseled bookshelves only cover one, yeah, only cover one corner. So if you want to like put something like an oak slab and then like, I don't know, a potted plant or something, you could do that. You can also put a trapdoor. Interesting. Now I guess you'd really want to figure out like what kind of color scheme you want to go with this here. Yeah, containment breached multiple times. It was really interesting to watch, and also seeing everyone propaganda to hell and back each round is fun. Yeah, brother, I know this. I'm the one who's made like 3 separate Tumblr threads on each and every single CC reaction to these polls ever since nominations started. I know. I am probably one of the people on that site who knows like the most. It's horrifying. It's absolutely like one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. Just the mortifying ordeal of being known. But it's also just so much fun. And it's been nice to have something to fixate and lose my mind on for. Do you mind? Bitch. Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. But it's just been nice to have something to fixate on while during the monotony of, okay, come here, bitch. Come here. You made me break my bookshelf. You little flappy motherfucker. Come here. Bitch. I'm gonna slash kill this whole place and you were... Okay. Okay. Sorry guys, I got really annoyed. It probably will happen again. Anyway, so what I was thinking we could do for this place is have a second level here. Held up by, like, beams or something. But, you know, it has been, like, a really great time. Just experiencing all of this. And it has been an experience, let me tell you that. It's like one of the craziest things I've ever, like, witnessed. And dude, I was here for all of the November 5ths. I'm really glad people are having such a good time with it, though. It's super sweet to see. Fandom is a neat little place, and Tumblr is a neat little hell site, and I appreciate it, and the people who are there very much. So, okay, how are we gonna do this? We're obviously gonna have to put some diorite and andesite in there because, you know, yeah, that's kind of how things like this work. There's no way we're gonna be able to fit gravel into there while making that look. You know, might also want to put torches inside of there so we don't pull a good times with Scar and just completely ruin everything. Theoretically, if we just put a couple of those there. But yeah, containment has been breached a couple times. I am not gonna be the first, nor will I be the last person to admit that. It's just really... I dropped my indie site. It's just... It's a lovingly crafted shit show. But like, not in like a shit show way, but like in a loving way, you know? I do not know how terraforming works. Someone please help me. What am I doing? What am I doing? How does this work? Okay, so the fact that that actually doesn't look too bad kind of scares me. Even though I'm using diorite. Which is equally terrifying in itself, actually. Like, okay, I guess we're just running with this now. Yeah, that actually looks... it's decent-ish, I guess. Containment breaches are great. It's like when the scientists break into like the labs, like the rats' lab enclosure, and they're like, "Hello, how are you doing?" And all the rats who completely forgot that humans exist are just like, "Ah." And it's just lovely and it's beautiful, and I'm just having so much fun with it, honestly. Like, what else am I supposed to do? This is my fandom, baby. This is like the actual literal epitome of the word fandom that we have going on here. Like, of course it makes sense. That is actually not too bad of an overhang I've made. Nice. Could be worse. Welcome, Insomnicat. What are you building? To be completely honest, I have zero idea. I'm just making a fucking library in a In a cave. It's a cave in a library. Library cave. Now, hello, sounds cool. Gracias. I need to bed. Cyan bed. In a totally unreachable place. Shout out to the cyan beds in a completely unreachable place. Look at that. Anyways, now I just need to probably make some pillars for this. Anyways, yeah, welcome on in, Insomnicat. Okay, I actually have a neat idea. So you know quartz, right? And you know how quartz has, like, pillars and everything? I was thinking, what if we did that, but we switched, like, the diorite to quartz in some places? Like, yeah, see? Bam. And then you do that. And I don't know, it might just work. Ooh, baby, yeah, that definitely. That's a lot better. Maybe you put in some quartz bricks or chiseled quartz at the top. Ooh, I like that too, and you could do gradients with it into the diorite. Your brain is huge. Okay, what other white blocks do we have? Ooh, not a very big selection. Thankfully, polished diorite is a thing that exists. We have to be careful with this, though, because a little goes a long way. But, yeah, that looks just... Ooh, calcite. I completely forgot that calcite existed. This looks just intentional enough to work well. But also just, you know, like messy enough to kind of look like a mistake on the builder's part, whoever the builders may be. But, you know, this is definitely working out very well. Get a couple bone blocks in there for, you know, you can't really have bones without bones, am I right, chat? I don't know what I was saying there, but you know, you get it, right? Yeah, nice. And then some calcite here, maybe in here, and here's an idea. Bam. Now that definitely looks pretty man-made, but do they have cracked quartz bricks? I don't think they do. Might just have to stick with like regular quartz bricks for now to give like a sense of like, I don't know, but whatever happened, it's definitely happened. Now for the stone, that's gonna be a bit more difficult. Acacia wood. And I don't think they have any stone pillars but maybe a stone brick or cracked stone brick wall might work. And of course, some andesite, because, you know, andesite, my beloved, etc., etc. So if we make this out of stone bricks, and maybe some walls as well to break up some of the, you know, texture here. I really do just be saying words here. And also, if we get some stairs in here, we can make it look like some of it is falling apart, which is actually a pretty darn neat look to have for something like this, I think. There's not really like a defined texture thing, whatever, that I'm going for here exactly. It's just kind of there. Like, you can tell that this has been around for, this thing has been around for, you know, a while. It's pretty old. But the important thing is that someone made a, thought this was neat enough to turn into something. It's kind of like this is not a place of honor. Nothing esteemed is performed here, but it actually is a place of honor. Because look, bam. It's been very hastily added on to. I think you can see that just fine. But it still stands. And I do think that's pretty damn neat. Oh dear God. We could also get some like regular bookshelves in here. Mix it up a little. Oh, it's a little bat. It's a little boy. It's a little guy. Hee-hoo, bat. I think the neat thing here is that, like, just, dude, okay, like, imagine you're just walking through a random, imagine you just, like, walking through some random server, and you stumble upon, like, this in a cave. I would be pretty damn stoked. Like, bro, it's knowledge, let's go. And then it turns out it is actually a pretty good amount of knowledge. Knowledge for the win. In this house, we love knowledge. And things written down to survive. By the way, fun fact. AO3 has an option where you can write things in cuneiform, which would like, which, like, wouldn't be an issue if I wasn't me and, like, hellbent on causing as many problems as possible. Because, bro, imagine writing a fic in imagine writing a fanfiction in motherfucking cuneiform. Like, how sick would that be? And as it turns out, how cuneiform works is it has, like, right, you have syllables for things. Like, for example, in the word syllable itself, you have syllable. That's 3. So, what cuneiform does is they have a bunch of different, like, blah 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 blah. They have specific, like, I don't know what you would call it, but, like, things for specific syllables, like a character for each syllable or syllabic combination. And so that means that basically, if you figure out, and however you would, to get, like, things figured out like that, you probably would be able to write a fanfiction in English using the cuneiform alphabet. And this is what I have made my life's. That's the thing that I put on my bucket list to do. I want to write a fanfiction in cuneiform. I just think that'd be really funny. Of course, I'd have to write it in English first, but I am actually on my, like, phone, like, right now. You can. Dude. Bye, Katie. Sorry, no, this is literally a thing that exists. Dude, like, there is an actual way that I can, like, type in cuneiform. The fic community is not prepared. Now, see, of course, I would actually probably have to learn the language for this. But I really don't want to do that. So we're just going to not. I think it would be funny. Just because, yeah. Also, I'm glad you like what I'm doing with this place. I am having actually a really good time with this. And it's like, yo, I can, like, do something super duper cool here. And then I did. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Gotta make it at least a little bit uneven, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. I like that. That looks neat. I think this might have once... I think that since this is just some random hole in the ground, I think that a sinkhole might have formed here. And might have opened up here and buried a lot of the remnants. This would have been underground. And, you know, if something like opens up like that catastrophically, well, that just completely ruins, like, all of the books, right? Like, you don't want that to happen. I'm gonna guess that they took all but... I'm gonna guess that they just took as many books as they could carry with them. Whoever these people were. I think I'm probably gonna... We've been going for an hour. I think I'm gonna head off now and go back to journalisming and also maybe get a shower because my hair is greasier than a double fried cheese quesadilla. But thank you all for tuning in, and goodbye.